Hey, RetconRaider here. Today's video is dedicated to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible. With special thanks to Revenant, Anerdinwarpaint, Antonio Hernandez, Dragon Matrix 7, Exsellsior, Lima, Nathan Welch Jr., and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started. Welcome back to Solasta, Crown of the Magister, as we continue wading our way through this waking nightmare. Though as far as nightmares go, it's actually not that bad, multiple near-death experiences aside. It's fine, that stuff builds character. I will note, this is our first session since the new update dropped, which doesn't really affect us. We're not running sorcerers. But there were some bug fixes, and the most notable one for us is this. They finally fixed the Tome of Understanding. If I recall correctly, we've been hauling that thing around since Mardrok's lair back at the Dark Castle, just waiting for an opportunity to finally make use of it. It's weird, because it actually worked fine in the pre-launch build. It only ended up being broken for the launch, and only that specific type of attribute manual. All of the other ones actually work just fine. And I will also note, I have been told that these attribute manuals can allow you to boost your stats above 20. I'm not going to do that. I am going to load up on some extra manuals when I get the chance. But for the most part, we're not having much difficulty here, so I'm trying to resist the urge to really cheese out. We'll make do with what we've got. Plus, a little extra. Speaking of which, I think it's pretty safe to say we are not going to be getting our hands on any primed plate, which is fine. Honestly, I think it's fair to say Yvreth is in more dire need of a defense boost, so we'll go ahead and get started on some half plate of robustness. That'll bump her back up to 21 AC. Anyway, let's get back to it. Yeah, I think we're good. Ooh, here we go.
Einar's sword. What a sight. Unbelievable.
A classical Manor manor. What a wonderful sight. Guys, I move 2 steps back and, well, it's gone.
What's gone?
There's manor. Something weird's going on.
Story of my life.
Weird gets us money and fame.
And bruises.
Yeah, Henrik would know. He's had a rough go of it. Alright, front door's obvious, but what about this side door? I guess not. Which is fair. I mean, this is some sort of Technicolor dream mansion.
Good day to you. My name is Eldorath Smoothtongue, the Master's housekeeper. I see you have purloined some of my Master's property. Might I suggest you put those trinkets back to where they belong?
Which, I suppose, is the Tome of All Things. Come on, man. We didn't even get a chance to use that.
I see you have purloined. Might I suggest?
Right. Fine. What a tease. I guess the only way you could have actually gotten any use out of it would be if you grabbed it right when you saw it. Then you'd at least get to enjoy it for the fight that takes place just off to the side. We knew it was too good to last. I just figured they'd let us play with it for at least a little longer. I wonder if we can come back for it after. Probably not, but it is something to keep in mind.
Welcome. Please come with me.
Clear skies to you. Where are you taking us?
To the Master, of course.
And who would that be?
That is not for me to say. All will be made plain in good time. I am at your disposal. Please enjoy our hospitality, but please don't abuse it.
Someone abused your hospitality in the past?
Yes. Believe it or not, some creatures can be insufferably rude.
Ah, alas, the world is full of bad manners.
Quite so. Not, of course, that I thought for a second that you would be capable of such discourtesy.
Of course not. And yet, customs being different everywhere, might I ask, what would be considered rude here?
Well, my expectations don't exceed those of the Imperial Court.
So, don't piss in the potted plants, then?
Preferably not. Not that it would be the first time.
Really?
I've seen worse, I'm sorry to say. We have not seen guests of your quality for some time.
Some time? How long, exactly?
Well, it must be... Forgive me. The date eludes me for the moment.
Do you remember some prominent guest?
You were there, Master Casenax.
Me?
I remember it distinctly, though your form was somewhat different. But now please follow me. One mustn't keep the Master waiting.
Casenax. We've heard that name before. That was what Lady Adrastia referred to Istvan as back in the Tower of the Shield. Apparently it was the mysterious champion that we briefly saw during the dream sequence after we first brought the crown back to the Legacy Council. And so much for recovering the tome. Oh well. So what do we have going on here? More tests, I'd imagine. Though, honestly, given that they essentially auto-failed us on that first test, I'm not really worried about it. We're just going to kind of lean into it.
Is it me, or is this place truly spotless?
Must be the spectral servants.
Everything is shiny.
First time I've seen you fascinated by cleaning.
Even the most mundane task can be the expression of true nobility, when done to the fullest.
I shall remind you at next camp, when the dishes come up.
Indeed, those servants would come in handy.
For your Highness's household?
All right, stop your silliness. There is Imperial magic active around here. The gem is close. I feel it. And I can't help feeling I'm watched.
Let's tread carefully there.
Famous last words.
Interesting. we are, of course, going to grab everything that's not nailed down. We got branded as thieves back in the maze, so not much point in trying to impress now. I wager at the end of this we'll have yet another dead Magister on our hands. Oh, I see. We've got a bit of a detour here, some optional exploration. Just open the door. You can't leave. I promise I'll be good. None of us can leave. Huh. Okay. Intriguing. I assume these things were constructs, but I suppose it's possible they're something else entirely. The Magister's former staff, perhaps. Or
Please come with me.
maybe it's the souls of the adventurers who have come before us.
I feel like someone's watching us.
Yes, obviously. I mean, that was clearly yet another test, but we're not going to leave people in cages. Again, I'd imagine that would mark us as unsuitable for the Magister's legacy. Because, as has been pretty firmly established, the old Manacallan Empire, and the dragons who ruled it, were a bit on the domineering side. The Master sees all! Don't do it! Well, we are absolutely going to help ourselves. I mean, under normal circumstances, I would try to toe the line here, but like I said, we've already been branded as thieves, so might as well enjoy some extra loot. Lifestone. Intriguing. And I'm going to tell you right now, that is definitely oil of sharpness. I ran a few experiments off-screen with the oil of sharpness you can buy from the antiquarians. It grants a +3 attack and damage bonus to any weapon you apply it to. And initially, that bonus was permanent, but that sadly was deemed a bug. It now has the appropriate 1-hour duration. Fools! The Redeemers won't stay hungry long! Pray for mercy, but don't expect it. You know what? Bring it on. I welcome the chance to take on strange and powerful new foes. Also, I think we'll go ahead and crash on the Magister's couch for a while. We are running a bit low on spell slots. Plus, I believe Henrik can now prepare 1 extra spell. Let's see here. Fantastic. So we will use that to re-prep Death Ward. Had to temporarily swap that out for Create Food. You understand. Apparently, mortals like eating food. Okay, sorry to keep you waiting for, 48 hours. But I'm sure that's just a drop in the bucket in the face of, like 1,000 years. Sounds fun. That's the river that feeds into the empty lake bed.
A spectacular place, isn't it?
It really is. That's actually something that's kind of jumped out at me here. There's a lot of gorgeous scenery and a lot of open space. Like, the bridge there would make an obvious choke point for a tactical scenario, but they're just not really doing a lot with it. Alright, let's check the side path. So tired, so hungry, and the day is still young. Oh yeah? Take a load off, buddy. We've got this. Thank you, kind stranger. It does make you wonder if these things are actually free-thinking entities, or if they're just programmed to say that stuff as part of this elaborate test. That's the same dragon statue we saw back at the ruined library. That's a nice touch.
But now please follow me. One mustn't keep the master waiting.
Uh-huh. You know what? Let's go ahead and toss up some quick buffs here. That gate is looking slightly grander than the other 7 doorways we've gone through thus far. I am expecting a confrontation very similar to the one we had with Mardrokt, who we also killed. So we might as well go all out here. Let's try a full set of death wards. Though I suppose Istvan will have to do without, which is fine, he's not really a melee guy. Okay, let's see what we've got going on here. Intriguing.
Ah, my little thieving visitors.
Clear skies to you, Master.
Clear skies? An ironic greeting, considering my plight.
Your plight?
That I haven't taken to the skies in a long time. It must have been 1,000 years. I am... how weird. I can't recall my name. Call me Master.
Master of Conjuration.
Yes, yes, yes! The Master of Conjuration! Exactly!
Greetings, old friend.
Why do you call him that?
The crown told me to.
Ah, the crown. Thank you for coming to my rescue. My mind was shattered since the Cataclysm. The vanishing of mana left me broken.
Mana was gone?
Of course, after the closing of the rift. That's why I and my siblings were killed or crippled. Kasenux and us, the masters, along with these deities, we poured everything we had to close and seal that rift.
So the Cataclysm is your fault?
It was the price to pay to stop the threat. The Sorakath were, and still are, a menace to Solasta.
And so you took a gamble?
We were born to rule, not to grovel. And we had sworn to protect our people.
You mean your slaves?
Fool! Imperial rule brought order where there was only chaos!
But your empire was destroyed. Who knows how many elves were killed?
Ah, because you believe that Manor was an elven empire. Enough about the past. Now I get that you want my gem. But even with this crown, you're not my Magister. So if you want it, you'll have to pry it from my dead claws.
Right, saw that coming. But what is going on here? We can't target Zoran. So I'm assuming we need to destroy these statues first to bring down his shield. Oh yeah, and then we've got hostile specters waiting on the wings. And we are down to our last stack of magic bolts. So we've got some very obvious gaps in the railing on these statues. We might actually be able to shut these things down without ever being spotted. Actually, that one might be a problem. Oh. Okay. And it's go time. Slightly earlier than I'd like, but let's do this.
Perhaps if you tried to be loud instead?
I like the halos. Didn't really notice that until just now. Yeah, Yvrette's on that one next round. So we should have that shield down pretty quick. Let's keep trimming these guys down. I think interacting with the statues is a bonus action? I'd wager once that shield goes down, Zoran... Oh. Well, that's a... Let's hope that stops once we knock out that last statue. But, yeah, I'm guessing Zoran will go on the offensive as soon as we knock out that shield. Best to trim a few ads before that happens. All right, Yvette, you've got this. Nice. Boop. Oh my. And it's probably safe to assume this one's not an illusion. Well, let's get in there. We'll have your breath head straight for Zoran, and then Sir will flank. And we'll have Henrik and Istvan deal with the ads. Oh, right. She already used her actions to trigger the statue. Slight change of plans, I suppose. Not too much, though. Let's get as many of these guys inside the Ghost Globe as possible. Istvan's actually got our second highest AC, so I think we'll just have him wade right in there. No, that's a bit of a waste. Especially since you just know he's going to autosave to avoid the stun. You know what? Let's get distraction on the field. That certainly worked out for us in the past. Nope.
Oh!
All right, sir, you are on. Try not to die. There we go. Oh. Okay.
Shake it off.
Alright, Yvreth and Henrik are both frightened, so we'll get them on the Spectral Servants. No, wait, she still has disadvantage. I thought fear only applied disadvantage if you were attacking the source of your fear. Maybe I'm misremembering that.
Well done.
Oh!
Yeah.
Fear is down on your breath, but she and Istvan are prone. Henrik's still frightened. We'll have him hang back for now. It's fine, he'll just hang out there.
Again! Harder!
But we will toss out a mass healing. Ooh, elemental too. Not bad, not bad. We'll have Istvan continue whittling the dragon. Zoran's our biggest threat here, so let's keep the heavy hitters hitting. Oh, just 40% down. There's obviously no reason to have Sir rush in when there's no one else flanking with him. We'll have him hang back on the platform, see if we can eke out some elevation bonuses. Let's get that servant off your breath. Lovely. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Whoa, 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 hey. Our elemental has gone rogue. What is going on here? Oh, I see. So Istvan took massive damage from that dragon breath, and he must have dropped concentration, but instead of being banished, the Earth Elemental stuck around and is now fighting us. I've got to say, if I had realized that was how summoning worked in 5th edition, I would not have risked bringing this thing into a dragon fight. Boy, Istvan is not in great shape. We could emergency evac him, but this thing's moving around all over the place, so if it wants him, it would still get him. No, we'll just deprive him of any savings throws, I think. Sir. Sir, try a lot. Oh, thank goodness. But we are not yet out of the woods. Yeah, we are, Hey, concussions for everyone.
Nice move.
Medic.
Are you alright?
A gem, right?
Oh boy, oh boy. That was quite an encounter. And sadly, I'm not seeing any unique loot. Well, I mean, aside from the gem, obviously, but we were always going to walk away with that. Looks like we've still got this force field up, which I guess means we can't go back through and loot this guy's mansion. So we will collect our gem and be on our way. Man, this whole adventure was quite a trip. It is interesting, though. You can actually see a number of placeholders for what was obviously intended to be a much bigger scenario. A shame that they didn't get to fully realize that.
What?
Doesn't make any sense.
Mission accomplished.
It was all a dream. But despite that, the loot, like our bruises, is very real. Oh, that's new. That was a blank wall when we went there earlier. Let's have another gander at that odd building. So there is a lot to unpack in this adventure. Oh wait, hold on. You know what? I think that might actually be part of a side quest. Let's head back to Caer Kiflin. We'll check the quest board. And worst case scenario, we can just have the scavengers pick that up for us. But yeah, like I said, there is a lot to unpack in this adventure. For one thing, the Magister we just dropped was the Magister of Conjuration, which I guess would go hand in hand with teleporting creatures from one world to another, and also does imply that the invisible servants he was using were actual creatures, not constructs. The ones in the Tower of the Shield were allegedly constructs, which would make more sense because Lady Adrastea was the Magister of Abjuration, defensive magics. Huh. I think they nerfed Prayer of Healing. Wow, yeah, that was not worth the 10-minute ritual and the 3rd level spell slot. We could have just taken a short rest. Anyway, not a big deal. We'll just head back to Caer Kiflin. Our guys will be fully healed after the first time they make camp anyway. Huh. You know, that is the first Magister we've encountered, dead or alive, that did not have a major gate. Which I guess makes sense, considering he was trapped inside of some sort of crazy pocket dimension. We'll just head for the tower and teleport from there. Head back to the Manicolin Ruin. Yeah, that's the ruined library where we originally found the crown. Interesting. I think that might actually be our point of no return. We've got a bit of a walk ahead of us too, but that's just as well. That'll give us time to finish our crafting projects. And to get murdered in our sleep. Lovely. Oh boy, and we have not healed yet either.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get a wake-up call going, shall we? Henrik, arise! And Istvan, retreat. Rude.
You're still in the fight, my friend.
And Ghost Globe. Oh no. No Ghost Globe. I guess we are doing this the hard way. I can certainly appreciate that.
Perfect.
Ow. Welcome back, sir. Now we do the twist. That will do.
You've seen worse.
Your breath, stop getting stabbed. Thank you.
Well done.
That one didn't even fight back.
Oh my goodness, sir. Sir, he stabbed your breath 5 times. Alright. Alright. We're good now. I swear, though, if we had actually died to a random encounter after our fight with Zoran, I would have flipped this desk. Ah!
Hey, that was mine.
Brutal. Another hard-fought victory, but well worth the effort. Because that netted us a whole stack of vendor trash. Oh yeah, all told here, I think we've got at least about 1,000 gold worth of resale fodder. That gets us a little closer to our last set of upgrades. Speaking of which, it's been quite a while since we've actually taken a look at our crown. Interesting. A lot of minor passive bonuses, plus obviously the Raise Dead and Revivify, are pretty handy. We can also extrapolate which gems we have not found yet. Divination. Enchantment. And Illusion. You know, I was actually operating under the assumption that that last Magister we took on was the Magister of Illusion, given the illusionary dragon we had encountered earlier, plus the elaborate scenarios he kept thrusting us into. Not gonna lie, it kinda came out of left field when Sir abruptly referred to him as the Magister of Conjuration. It felt like we had skipped a step somewhere along the line. I also don't remember ever finding the Gem of Transmutation, so I guess that must be the one we got from the Council. Oh, look at that. A group of Redeemers. Wow, I can't help but wonder if that is actual reactivity. Oh, well that's just pilgrims. That's disappointing. I was thinking of retrievers. Those are completely different.
Are you still with us?
You stink. Alright, let's stomp these guys. Oh. Well, I mean, they're not going to beat us, but that was some respectable damage. Kid gloves off. One down.
Nice move.
That's two. All right, guys, come on.
Go on.
And we are done. No loot either. That's a shame. So that really was basically just a time sink. Though I suppose on the bright side, we did finally find out what pheromone spray does. Sorry, Yvreth. So that's something. Hey, Lady Adrastia. Zoran says hi. Alright, now before we hit the pause button, I would like to check two things out. First things first, let's hit the scavenger board. Oh, I guess we did miss something at the lava forest. Interesting. And nothing of note at the volcano. Mostly just stuff that fell off cliffs, I think. Alright, now let's go check out the quest board. Wartime Treasure. The lava forest you described deep in the Badlands might be located on the front line of the first expansion era of the Manor Empire. You might be able to find remnants of pre-imperial dwarven culture somewhere. Return there and search any ruins of buildings, and bring back anything tied to this era. Right, so as suspected, that structure we saw was in fact tied into a side quest. Doesn't really net us much of note, but that is decent sales fodder. In fact, between the gem and the dagger, that might actually get us halfway towards another stat manual. We could certainly use that. I do find it interesting that that is a level 8 side quest, apparently, for what was clearly intended to be an endgame region. I'm actually kind of tempted to rush out there and try to tack that on, but we just don't have time for it right now. Yeah. I'll tell you what, we'll hit the pause button for now. I'll take care of our bookkeeping off screen, get our guys prepped for one last outing. Maybe I'll even go ahead and take care of the travel off screen so we can jump right into it next time. At this point, the vast majority of the encounters we're running into are literally just time sinks. We get nothing out of them, short of potential loot drops. That said, we will hit the pause button for now. I'll take care of all the grunt work off screen, and we'll jump in right there next time, as we knock out that side quest and draw ever closer to the inevitable point of no return. Should be around here somewhere. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Solasta, Crown of the Magister, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official social media feeds, or the official store pages. And if you'd like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things, or maybe even check out the Patreon. Links are in the description.
Not that it would be the first time.